Hey there, this is Coach Chris Wilson here in the Criticalbench lounge area. And today what I'm going to show you and go over with you is something that's really personal to me and meaningful to me right now, because I am dealing with a lot of IT band soreness, pain, discomfort on a regular basis. In fact, just the other night I was, laying with my son trying to go to bed, and I just had this nagging, aching pain. You know, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I could just feel it laying in bed from my hip all the way down pretty much the outside of my knee. So really quick, just to go over with you, your IT band is connective tissue, okay? It's not a muscle. It connects to a muscle, your TFL, or tensor fasciae latae, or latae, you'll hear it pronounced a couple different ways, your TFL. And the IT band itself is often where you will feel the tightness and some of the soreness attributed to, you know, having a tight IT band. But really what you need to do is focus on the muscle side of things and work that muscle and the surrounding muscle tissue to try and relieve that area, okay? Where a lot of us go wrong is we go right to the band, like we're trying to do something to the band. And the IT band itself, you're not gonna have much success if you're just like rolling on that. So I wanted to break down with you what I do personally to work at getting this back to feeling good, okay? So let's hit the ground. And I have a couple of tools here, obviously, with me, my foam rollers, which is really what I typically use when I'm getting ready. I'm gonna take my socks off, you know what I mean? Go barefoot for you today. What do you say about that? Wiggle the piglies a little bit. So when I'm out in the gym or I'm out at home, my go-to thing is to first grab a foam roller. At home, I have a shorty. I have like a half roller, and it's actually more of a medium density foam roller. This is the high density, the very hard, the very firm foam roller, which for some people might actually be too much. It might be too hard to roll on or to use, like what you're going to see in this video. But either way, highly recommend having something like this that you can use for self-massage. That's really what this is all about, is going to the muscles and the surrounding muscle tissue that are causing you the pain and the discomfort that can kind of come and go. So mine is periodic, and it just shows you, you know, how your body, maybe your movement patterns, the way you're training, the way you're standing, the way you're sitting, the things that you're doing in your life and your lifestyle are contributing to this pain. And it is one of those things that'll be fine for months at a time, maybe even years, and all of a sudden it kind of comes back and shows up for a little while. So what I do, so again, your IT band connects on the outside of the knee and runs up pretty much, you know, about to here or so before it kind of attaches or becomes your TFL, your tensor fasciae latae, which runs up the side of the leg. So where you really want to focus your effort is more in this part of the body up here and less down here, okay? So we're going to be really going, the key really is to find the areas that are highly sensitive. When you get on top of the roller and you just move around a little bit on it until you get to a spot that feels like a trigger, that feels really tender, really sore, that means that's a spot you need to hover on and sit on. So there's different ways to go about it. Number one, you could just breathe and just try to relax in a particular spot, like what you see right now. So I'm already feeling quite a bit if I'm just like right here. So it's pretty high up on my hip. You know, here's my hip bone is like right here. I'm pretty high up. I'm feeling pretty sensitive right there. And then I can hover and just breathe and try to relax. Then another thing I can do is I can just rotate the leg. So it's very small motion, which just alters the way it feels a little bit, and then just move to a different spot. Again, some leg rotation. So I'm internally rotating my leg right now. Maybe a different spot, maybe even move my body a little bit until I can find another tender spot, like right here is real tender. Again, I can just rotate a little bit. Then what I can do is I can also just try to move my body like this. And just forward and back, small motion. I mean, I really feel this. And again, I'm right up at some insertion points. I'm hitting the top, my quad attachments. I'm hitting the TFL. There's obviously there's a lot of different muscle tissue here that intersects at the hip area. And this is the part of the body that's really the issue. I'm very tight through my quads. I don't know if you are. There's a good chance, though, if your IT band area is bothering you and an issue, that you're tight through your quads as well. My quads are probably just way too tight from, training them, but also not doing enough to loosen them up, to stretch them, and to lengthen them as much as I possibly can. But that's where the self-massage really, ooh, man. So this is, I just rolled down just a little bit more, and this is way more intense. So what you're going to find is once you hover in a certain spot for a while, it's going to go from highly intense and painful even, almost it takes your breath away, to something that's a little bit more tolerable after, maybe 30 to 60 seconds. But give yourself 5 to 10 minutes doing this. If that area of the body is really uncomfortable, I should say, or you're in discomfort in your training or aside from your training, maybe just while you're at work you're feeling this, or like me, laying in bed with my kid and I'm just feeling it. So see, I'm not even really rolling up and down on the foam roller. I'm just doing these nice cross motions, which really feels good. Now what you can also do is there's, again, no sense in rolling all the way down to the side of the knee. There really isn't. I usually don't roll any more than about here, and then I roll up towards my hip. And again, then you just change the angle a little bit. Lean into a little bit more. Come back a little bit. And then again, look for another sticking point. Keep looking for sticking points. Like right here is another area of tension I found. And I'm just going to breathe and relax right here. And as you breathe and relax, you'll feel the muscle just start to release a little bit. And that's what you're going for. You're just going for release. If you have a knot or a tense area in a muscle, you need to put pressure on there and just breathe through it in order for that, hopefully that area to release and to relax. The trouble is a lot of people go right to stretching, and all you're doing is you're stretching on something that has a knot in it. So you're just kind of pulling the knot tighter. That's not helping. You're not going to release a knot or an issue area with a stretch. So the stretching comes after, okay? So again, man, this is super intense, but I know it's doing me good. And I'm just breathing through it. Again, I can roll my body a little bit. I can just roll my leg a little bit, very small motion. Or I can even just do like little mini rolls. There's no one way to go after it. There's lots of different ways to go after it, okay? But man, it feels so good. And then when you come off, immediately I feel better in that part of the body, immediately better. Now what you can do also is you can see I have the rumble roller. This thing is a little bit more like little thumbs sticking up out of a foam roller. This is like a level up from there. So if you're looking for something even more aggressive, more intense, going after this part of the body, and again, I'm not trying to do anatomy class here, but the area to focus on is from like your hip down to probably about mid-thigh, okay? This area is, I mean, unless you're really trying to go after the quadriceps, you know, so you got the vastus lateralis, the outside part of the quad. So that's another part of it, is rolling out the quad itself, or, you know, on the outside part of the quad. So let's kind of focus there a little bit. So again, if I'm laying here on my side, I can do all the same stuff on this. I can find these nice triggers, and here, man, with these are really intense, way different than the medium or the high density foam roller, which is just nice and smooth. This is like really getting somebody massaging you, sticking their thumbs in, their elbows right into the spot. Anyone that says foam rolling can't get results is not foam rolling properly or using the right type of foam roller. This absolutely gets great results. You're using gravity and all of your body weight on an object like this. And self-massage can be a lifesaver for people who maybe can't afford or just don't care to go to get a massage, an intense deep muscle massage by a therapist, which is also a great option, but it's not something you're going to do daily. And again, this just feels great. Now, let's transition a little bit to my quad. So I'm a little bit more on the top side of my leg, right? My thigh. And this is just super intense here. But I know this is going to help, major help. Because what I'm doing here is I'm forcing some blood flow into that area, and I'm stimulating the area a lot, right? And I'm working it. I'm working the muscle. I'm giving it something to do that's very direct. It's very isolating to a certain region, you know. And I'm putting a lot of pressure on there, and I'm just helping to release and relax certain spots and break up scar tissue and things like that. So what happens is, over the period of years, if you're training a certain way, doing certain types of activities, standing a certain way or sitting a certain way, you can build up things that you don't necessarily want in an area of the body. And so by doing this and breaking up the scar tissue and really trying to make the tissue more malleable and just soften it up and loosen it up a little bit, that's probably going to lead to great things. It's going to make your body feel better in that area. And hopefully the pain will subside over the course of several days or weeks if you're really actively going after it with the things that you've seen me do here. Anybody can do these. Just pick a small area, start with maybe a medium foam roller, medium density one, go to a hard or high density foam roller, try the rumble roller if you'd like. And I think it could lead to really, really good results for you if you're consistently going after it. You could even do it multiple times a day. But I would say at least give yourself a 5 to 10 minute session doing the things you just saw me do on a daily basis. And I would find it hard to believe if in the matter of a 7 to 10 day period you aren't feeling and seeing results in terms of your level of pain and how you feel when you're training. So anyway, give it a go. I hope you found some benefit to watching this and it's helpful to you. Please reach out to me with any questions or concerns that you have about what you've seen me do in this video. I'm just showing you what I personally do, what feels right for me. It's going to be different for everybody a little bit, how you like to go about it, but those things will work. Hey, before you go too, I have something free. I have a great report that's called Why Stretching Won't Make You Flexible. It's not exactly what you think, but I think you'll find the reading and the material very, very helpful and beneficial. It ties right into what we're talking about today. Has to do with the way you move in your stretching, how you go about your stretching to make it more beneficial. And a lot of the stretching that you think about or perceive in your mind is mostly like static stretching, and that has its place, but that's not really a big driver in terms of feeling more flexible in your training, and it has more to do with moving dynamically. So check it out. It's in the pinned comment below, Why Stretching Won't Make You Flexible. Terrific report, and you can download it instantly. Be sure to give me a great big thumbs up for any help I've provided today. Certainly subscribe to the Criticalbench YouTube channel, because I will be making more content like this to help you with that tight IT band and releasing it for you. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.